Sharks got a great win tonight over the Washington Capitals by a final score of 4-1. Yeah, I mean, this kind of surprised me, honestly. The Capitals were a team that beat us earlier in this season pretty easily, and so for us to beat them 4-1, pretty nice feeling. You know, the Capitals have a better record than us, and it was a good win for the Sharks overall, 4-1. I mean, that's pretty much dominance. And yeah, it was good to see overall. This game was in Washington, D.C., and the Sharks had goals from 4 different scorers, and some of them weren't really your traditional scorers. You could argue that all of them really aren't your traditional goal scorers. This wasn't Tomas Hertl. This wasn't Timo Meier. Okay, well, let's get into this. So Noah Gregor scored for the Sharks. You know, obviously kind of under the radar player. I think he's very underrated. He's a good player. Heard a lot of good things about him. He's definitely been in and out of the AHL. And that's good to score for him as well, because, you know, he's definitely, like I said, under the radar, and I think it's good for him. Andrew Cogliano scored for the Sharks. Jonathan Dahlen scored. I feel like I haven't heard as much about Dahlen since the beginning of the season, because he had a very good start to the season, and then he kind of, you know, he settled down a little bit more, but he got a goal tonight as well. And Nicholas Meloche also had a goal. He's been a guy that has been cycling in and out of the NHL and the AHL. So that's definitely good for the Sharks. I mean, to get different goal scorers, especially against, you know, a Capitals team that isn't bad. I mean, I wouldn't say the Capitals are a Stanley Cup contender this year, but they're definitely a decent team. Ilya Samsonov was in net for the Capitals. He was 26 of 29. For the Sharks, they had James Reimer. Reimer's kind of been not super good lately, but tonight he was great. He was 32 of 33 on saves, which is a 970 save percentage. So yeah, 970, pretty good. Capitals just didn't really play too good. They just really didn't impress me. You know, I thought the Capitals might win this game because, you know, obviously they beat us last time, and their only goal came from Daniel Sprong, which was assisted by Nicholas Backstrom. But the Sharks had goals in every single period. In the first, second, and third periods, the Sharks scored. They had a really good third period as well with 2 goals. I mean, 4-1, that's great. The thing is, though, the Sharks, I feel like, you know, it's great they won tonight, but the annoying thing is they're still 5th in the division. Had they won at the right time, you know, in this past week, like even beating the Kraken, they would have been higher up in the standings. But we're only 4 points back of second place, and really only 2 points back of third, because the Flames and us are tied now. So definitely something the Sharks are fighting for. You know, the schedule's been really tough lately, and unfortunately, our next 3 games are against really good teams: the Panthers, Hurricanes, and Lightning. But, you know, it's good to get the win tonight for the Sharks' momentum and morale. It was good to see goals, like I said, from guys that don't traditionally score. But, yeah, the Capitals have been struggling lately, despite, you know, being a pretty respectable team. Yeah, I mean, the Sharks just did pretty good in this one. And I liked what I saw. I think overall the offense was very efficient. I liked what I saw from Gregor. His goal was really nice. It was on kind of like a rebound or such, and it was very nice. Overall, and I think for the Sharks, this win was important because obviously we've lost our past couple of games. Obviously the Lightning 7-1, that was an embarrassing game, and then to the Kraken, a team that we really should be beating, considering that they're not very good. So to win tonight against, you know, a Eastern Conference team that's pretty decent, you know, like I said, not a team that's impossible to beat, but not a super hard team or easy team. I feel like the Capitals are middle of the road right now. But, you know, I'm taking it. You know, the Sharks move up to 46 points now and have a record of 22-19-2. Like I said, Capitals are decent. They have 55 points right now, but they're also in a pretty hard division, dealing with the Canes, Penguins, and Rangers. So, you know, I was expecting a tough game. And you know, one could argue that it was a tough game until the Sharks were able to break it open. And they did so quite efficiently. I liked what I saw. And shout out to James Reimer, you know, bouncing back. You know, the last game from the Sharks, both goalies were terrible. And I think the situation needed to be addressed with how terribly the goalies were playing. But tonight, I was impressed. I was really, truly impressed by Reimer. He only allowed 1 goal in the third period, and we were already up by 4 at the time. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. And, yeah, so anyways, guys, we will play the Panthers next. That's going to be a tough one, but let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later. 4-1 win over the Washington Capitals, and, yeah, go Sharks.